So, welcome to the show. Life is beautiful, and it's me, Jyothi, here, and Nalini that side. And Nalini, we have a topic today, and the topic is on jealousy. Last time we gave a hint of what we're going to talk. Now, jealousy is good or bad. The thing is that both. It means both. It is good as well as it's bad. Good, yeah, you might be shocked that why it is good. It's good because it brings in according to evolution psychology, it shows that it improves the quality of life. That's what it means, and that's why some extent of jealousy is good. We'll be talking in detail more about jealousy in this show. So, Nalini, tell me, how are you?
Good, Jyoti. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, I
Well,
mean,
things to
have you
be.
ever felt jealousy? What do you feel about it?
I have to pull my curtain off. Being a yoga instructor, I tell people that be positive. Yeah, surprisingly, honestly, to be very honest, yoga tells that, yeah, pull your curtains off all the time, right? Not just once or twice.
Yeah, very true.
But doesn't matter whether it is in front of screen or not. I do feel jealous, and in fact, I was jealousy from childhood, I would say, Jyoti, because my friend from second grade, we she is a medical doctor now. Okay, I'm a biology professor. We were both
Okay.
interested in biology. So it all happened. The reason why I'm talking about all this is because it all happened because I think jealousy is uh, helpful. It helps in maximizing our success. And the reason why
Okay.
I refer to the example of my friend and me and our careers
Childhood,
is
yeah, friend.
because, yeah, being good friends, we also had good amount of competition for grades, for knowledge. Very
Okay.
recently, I was talking with her, and we had the same topic actually that came up, and she was saying, "Spardaya vardate vidya."
Okay.
That means
Okay.
competition is going to help you gain the skill of knowledge, or the knowledge. So
Oh.
competition is helpful actually. In my case, it was.
Okay.
And uh,
So, yeah. Yeah.
go ahead. So
Yeah, you were
competition at
saying,
school,
so, yeah.
competition at school, I think is good in a way, right? But then it should not become so competitive that you are feeling low all the time, and it is affecting your performance and your health also, right? Nowadays, children are going to extremes, and they're feeling really low. At childhood level, I think the competition has to be little a bit at a positive level or a healthy level, I would say, right?
Very true. Very true. Absolutely.
Okay, so I was thinking jealousy is positive. This is the example that I could give. Can you tell me the other shades of jealousy? What do you think about it?
See, jealousy has different types of jealousy. Jealousy, to some extent, it's good. Okay, you feel jealous that one of your friends is doing what you said in example. It's okay. If you don't have jealous and if you're not jealous, then you're telling lies. Okay, to some extent, everybody are jealous of somebody. Okay, that's fine. But if it goes to extreme cases where in relationship, if you have jealousy, then it leads to a problem. So that is a major concern in relationship. If you have problems in jealousy, then it is something which we have to remove it as soon as possible. Otherwise, we'll become clinically ill. So we should not go to that extent of being jealousy. Most of the people don't know that they are going through that process of stress and depression in jealousy only. So
Hmm.
that is something which you have to watch out. Yeah. So
Hmm.
you were saying about jealousy. Can you share some of your experiences which you have shared, which you like to share of jealousy? How people react to jealousy and how people are jealousy on different matters.
I'll tell you in my case what happened and what I used to think about jealousy before. Okay, so Indian women's height. I'm a little taller than average.
Okay.
And I used to get compliments in a weird way, saying that, oh, you're too tall for the sari. I'm like, what?
Okay.
Hey, it's okay if Jyoti, you're taller than me, actually. If I
Uh,
meet you sometime, and hopefully, yeah, we will meet, right? I'm in US, you're in Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad, by the way. So,
okay.
Kachiguda, I'll be happy to come and meet you. But then
Absolutely.
if I meet you and I see that you're taller than me, and all these days I thought that I'm the tallest one in my group, right? And then I
Oh,
look
I'm
at your
taller than you. I'm fatter than you.
you're cuter. You're the cutest at the heart too. That is what matters to me. So, if I
Okay.
crack jokes at you, oh, look at you, you're so tall like a pillar, you're so tall like a pole. In order to hug you, have to put a stool and jump on it. I mean, you're not going to get a good impression of me, or you do not want to
Absolutely.
continue the friendship, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, why do you want to get that mean characteristics which are ruling you? Why don't you watch your words? This is actually part of
Mhm.
swadhyaya. I'll tell you
Yeah.
another scenario where
Mhm.
I thought that I'm not jealous, but I realized looking at interview of this lyricist Manoj Muntashir, his
Okay.
name, and he wrote this song in Dhoni, कौन तुझे यूं प्यार करेगा जितना मैं
Okay.
करता हूँ, something like that, if not
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
he was talking about how he came up with these lyrics. I'm really interested in shairi and ghazals and writing. So I was looking at this guy talking about his experience of how,
Mm-hmm.
or not experience, but this incident of how he came up with
Mm-hmm.
these lyrics. He was telling
Mm-hmm.
that he has a little son. He asked his
Okay.
son one day, hey, who loves you more, your mom or me? And the
Mm-hmm.
kid instantly said, mom.
Mm.
And he being a dad who loves him the most, right? We always
Okay.
feel that we love the partner the most, we love our friend the most, and they should love us the most, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Mm.
So being a father, he sulked. He's like, go, you're thinking that somebody else loves you more. Nobody can love you more than me. And that is what he said in his lines in Hindi, and he jotted it down, and that became a popular song of the movie, actually.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Absolutely. A
made me
very
think.
fantastic example. Yeah.
Actually, that made me think, Jyoti, that am I a jealous mother as well? We have only one daughter, though
Okay.
she is good enough, grown enough otherwise now, right? She's not a baby anymore. But I recall that, yeah, every parent does that. Every parent is jealous for their child. And what I'm trying to say here is, we all know this. All parents know that they are jealous, or not jealous, but it is not a bad jealous. It is harmless jealous.
Jealous.
I call
Absolutely.
this harmless jealous. When you're jealousy
Absolutely.
like this, or when you're competing for the love of your child, you happen to overpour the love on the child, and the
Mhm.
child becomes more confident.
Suffocated.
Sometimes
Suffocated.
suffocated. Sometimes we do. You're so right. Yeah, sometimes we suffocate them. But the child, I think, if you think from the child's perspective, I think it
Huh?
helps boost their self-esteem, that
Very
somebody
true.
loves
Yeah.
me so much, right? It's
Yeah. That's
unconditional love. Parents' love is
very true.
unconditional love. Uh, how about the jealousy between relationships? You said,
Yeah. I
I
was.
thought that, uh-huh,
Yeah. Tell me. Tell
I
me.
I thought that it is actually something, a temporary feeling, collection and thoughts of feelings of lack of possessing someone, right? Having someone, getting their love. But then I thought that it is totally temporary. It just comes and goes. It doesn't go away, really.
For most of the people, it comes and goes. That is a temporary thing, like what you said about your kid and everything. It's just a sweet jealousy that will come and go. But sometimes, when in relationship, when you have a low esteem, you feel jealous of your spouse that they are earning more, they are earning fame. That was very well done in a movie called Abhiman, if you remember, with Amitabh Bachchan and Jayabadri acted in that. It's very old movie. I think it's in late
Yeah.
80s. or late 70s, I don't remember. But then in that movie, if you see, the wife becomes very popular than the husband, and the husband is not able to tolerate it. Most of the cases, this is a situation. What happens is it ends up to divorce also, because he can't tolerate the fame and the name everybody has. Usually, if one spouse is, especially if a woman is popular than men, the jealousy of men will not, because it's not possessiveness; it's completely jealousy. So possessiveness is a different thing. Jealousy is different thing. Jealousy of being called so and so's husband, so and so's wife. That's what it enters their brain, and it constantly runs around it, and that's why they taunt the other person, and intentionally they want to hurt the person. So because that gives them some happiness, some kind of joy doing that, hurting the other person, saying like, oh, nothing, what have you done, like that. So to tell you a realistic example, the same thing happened between Kishore Kumar and Madhubala. Madhubala was the most popular actress of her time, and Kishore Kumar got married to her, and later on Kishore Kumar and she had a lot of tits and tats because of the jealousy thing. Many people know in the film industry in Bollywood that the failure of Madhubala and Kishore Kumar's marriage was a lot of jealousy of Kishore Kumar, and yeah, that's one of the main reason. Because relationship, what happens is the men always feel that women should be little lesser than them in the career. If they are much more, you will find that there's a change in the attitude of the men. So that is the reason for a lot of jealousies, and if you keep this jealousy like that, you will end up in a lot of issues, and these issues you need proper therapy. It will not go away, and it will create other problems to the persons.
Yeah, it spoils the relationships. Doesn't matter whether it is friends or husband and wife, right? Here I could say boyfriend and girlfriend. We
Mm.
have plenty of examples in front of us, and if you think that it is going out of control, then better get it checked or consult a friend or counsel with someone, and yeah, get to the end of it, right? I
Yeah,
wanted to add another thing, tell you another thing. Um, I'm so deep into yoga, I can't help myself
yeah, yeah,
without
please.
talking about it. So many times I try and explain, Jyoti, that yoga is not just yoga asanas. Hey, look,
Very true.
I'm a kind of personality wherein I feel hurt very quickly from childhood. Okay. And that is not a healthy thing, but that is my innate nature. That is my core nature. I can't help it. So over the time, I understood that this is not going to help. And yoga actually really helped me. And that is why my entire life I'm indebted to yoga method. Yoga is not a thing. Yoga is not a culture. Yoga is not a ritual. It's not a religion whatsoever. Okay.
Very
So
true.
the reason why I like yoga is because yoga helped me to come out of so many things which were not serving me.
Very true.
Okay, so if
Absolutely.
it is not serving me, then it is not serving the people around me either. So one thing really hurts me in a kind of jealousy way, I could say. I look around and I see that uh, people who are teaching only physical yoga asanas are really thriving. I'm surprised, and I'm teaching real yoga, and I'm not doing that great yet. My yoga participants are different, separate, but then I
Very
have to
true.
really pick whoever comes thinking that she teaches yoga. They assume and they expect that I'm teaching physical asanas and for physical relaxation. I'm like, no, that is not what yoga is. And the best example that I give: have you seen Sadhguru ever sitting and standing on the mat and bending
Very true.
down and stretching?
No.
Sadhguru is known in the entire world. He's a world famous spiritual teacher known for yoga. But have you seen him doing yoga asanas? No, yoga is not just yoga asanas. Yoga is a full spectrum of life. It teaches you how to think, how to
Very true.
behave with yourself, how to look for the future, what is the ultimate liberation, how can you have a peaceful mind. There's so many things that yoga covers. And I feel in a way not jealousy, but I would say a little concerned when people do not think or do not try to understand the concept of yoga that I give. And again,
Very
what
true.
all we are doing is part of Swadhyaya, Jyoti. That is why I really got excited I don't know why you chose me for this show, but I really got excited when you said, let's do a talk show on general topics and the ones which people haven't touched on yet. I said, yes, yoga touches those topics of realms of life which
Very true.
nobody ever touched. And that is what I wanted to bring forth, serving the community. Yeah. So I'm glad. I'm
Very
glad
true.
you're
Very
doing
true.
this.
Very true. Very true, Nalini, because it's most of the people, as you said, think yoga means doing all asanas and Surya Namaskar to that, this and all. But what you said is completely true. There are some asanas, even psychologists feel that you should go to relaxation mode and meditation mode, and this will happen only by proper yoga experts like you, because they know much better than even a psychologist or a psychiatrist, because we can only tell them some way to get out of it, but actually getting out of it, you need people like, we need people like you who will make them to do all this process, because as a psychologist I will only counsel them. We will not make them to do what kind of meditations you do and what kind of relaxation method you help them to do. That's not, we don't do as a professionally, because we cannot do that also. So yeah, it's a
For
proven.
whoever yoga worked for, that person is a good teacher, right? And it has worked for me. I can vouch for it. I don't know
Absolutely.
who it worked for and if it really worked for or not. How about next week's topic, Jyoti? Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, next week we thought we'll be talking about failures, right? So
Hmm.
we'll be talking about failures and how, not a negative way, we'll be talking about why failures are important in life.
Yeah. Failures can lead to sadness and success, right? It makes you sad. Definitely, every failure makes you sad. We can't tell that, hey, I failed. Nobody says that. But failures add to your intelligence. Let's talk about that next
Absolutely.
week. I'm excited.
Every failure makes a person and teaches a person. So we have to have failures. If you don't have failures, you don't get kick out of life. So kick is important.
Yeah. Lastly, there's a saying in Hindi, अक्ल बादाम खाने से नहीं ठोकर खाने से आता है. Means you
Bilkul.
don't become intelligent by eating just almonds, but facing the failures, try, fail,
Absolutely.
adjust. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Next week we'll have this topic. And if you have any problem, you please consult the counselors. Don't shy away. Most of the people do this thinking that this will go away. This is a passing cloud. All this nonsense. That nothing will go. If you have any problems, please catch hold of counselors, psychologists, whoever it is. Just don't hold things to you, because in the long run this might stop now, but it will get agitated again and aggregated again. So you shouldn't stop anything. Like, if you have any issues psychologically, if you are depressed, stressed, or anything, don't think you'll go for a long walk, it will get over, or doing some shopping, it will get over. This is all nonsense. Okay, so please go to a counselor, and then or a therapist, or anybody for that matter. Don't, like people like Nalini, she can help you out in getting over it. So I hope this session was helpful to many people, and understanding that jealousy to some extent is good. But if you have more jealousy, if you are like becomes your trait, then you have to meet a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't make your brand. Don't make jealousy your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. You shouldn't be jealous of everyone and everything. So that becomes a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will
Next
bring you
week.
down to your low esteem. People with low esteem only have this.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens.
So yeah,
Wonderful.
that's it. Yeah, nice catching up with you, Nalini. After a week, we'll catch up again next week,
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Life is beautiful. Join us again.